spend my time sharing inspiration and ideas that make your home look like you hired a designer so that you can just enjoy it. But it's our secret. So let's get into one of the most important things in starting that process. You need to know your interior design style, because without the foundation and the style that you gravitate towards, you don't know where to shop, you don't know what to buy. So it's really important that you find your design style. I have a blog post that has all the information that you need. We're going to go through it quickly today, but you can refer to it. I'll put the links in the description so that you can click and read more about it. And then in future videos, we are going to go through each one of these design styles in depth so that you really have a strong foundation and know which one you really want to lean into. So we're going to go right into it. Before we start, just make sure that you like, subscribe, so you get that bell notification, and then leave a comment at the end of which style that you're gravitating towards, because those will be the ones that I focus on first in the future videos. So make sure that you comment. So we're going to get it right into it. The styles that we're going to go through is contemporary, which is going to be popular. I'm going to show you different images and go through each in detail. Not as much as the future post, but enough that you'll understand what the look is. So contemporary is going to be popular if you like clean lines and a minimalist look. We have traditional style. Think of your grandparents' house or your parents' house. If it has like those rolled sofa arms, think of like Ethan Allen style look. Scandinavian design is going to be simple, functional, and uses a lot of natural materials. Mid-century modern, think West Elm. That's a great example for mid-century modern, characterized by sleek lines, geometric shapes, bold colors. We have the industrial style. This is going to be great for bachelors, anybody who lives in like an urban loft city kind of vibe. It has raw materials, exposed brick, metal, that kind of vibe. Bohemian style is all about mixing and matching of different patterns, colors, textures, cozy, eclectic vibe. Think of Anthropology, that style where it's very free-spirited, kind of hippie a little bit, colorful. You have rustic charm, which is great for anybody for that like cozy cabin kind of feel. Think of our house. That's a great example of rustic charm. Coastal style is anybody who loves the beach is going to love the coastal style because it's the colors of the beach. So that like sand, beige, neutral mixed with the blues from the sky and the ocean. So that is a great look. Not your classic nautical, but more of a coastal vibe, so much as the decor being in that style. Art Deco is very glamorous, luxurious. Think of velvets, tufted fabrics, bold geometric patterns, metallic accents. We have the transitional style. This is the perfect blend of traditional and contemporary. If you like both of those looks, transitional is going to be for you. Very elevated, clean, timeless. Minimalist style is going to be all about simplicity and functionality. So if you like things simple, clean, in their place, minimalist might be for you. Eclectic style is a mix of different styles, different eras. That is great if you're not sure, again, because you can mix all different styles, but it has to be done well. Zen style is all about like that meditative space. It's going to be peaceful, calming, great if you work in a stressful environment and need just calm and soothing in your life. Hollywood glam, very luxurious, bold. It's going to make a statement in your home and really stand out. So we're going to quickly go through each one of these just so that you have images in your head and some of the details. So this is a great example of a contemporary space. We have sculptural furniture pieces, we have elevated lighting, we have movement in the artwork, very abstract, very circular, organic movement. But we have touches of silver and gold going on, a lot of gold. We have drink tables. This style is going to have clean lines, sleek surfaces, minimal aesthetic, sculptural decor like we saw on the tables, neutral color schemes, so very gray, it could have taupe, it could have ivories and beiges, mixed materials. We're going to go right to the next one. That's great for open floor plans. Traditional style, think of your classic home. It's going to have maybe animal prints. It might have gold details, but more ornate, glass mixed with metal gold. It might have oriental rugs, but it might have velvet, sleek lines, bench seat sofas. These are two images, elevated window treatments that are a great example of that traditional style. So think luxe fabrics, ornate furniture, intricate details, symmetry, rich, bold colors, and gold accents. So these are all going to be your details for your traditional style. Then the next one that we are going to get into is our Scandinavian style. So this started because in the Scandinavian countries, it was very dark and gloomy in the wintertime. So they needed bright, open, airy spaces, a lot of natural light, earthy elements, because they needed to lighten these spaces up because it was so dark and dreary. So this is a great example. You have organic pieces, you have burl wood in different tones and colors. You have chairs mixed in plush fabrics with wood accents. So this is going to be minimalism, functionality, natural elements, simplicity, neutral color palette. Again, that's going to be a common theme. Clean lines, simple shapes. These are different examples of that Scandinavian look, linear artwork, but simple and still mixing in the greenery. Then we're going to get into mid-century modern. So again, think West Elm. This is going to have clean lines, organic shapes, sleek silhouettes. It's inspired by the 1950s and 60s, but this is a timeless style that really does not go out of trend. So you can't go wrong if you love mid-century modern. Think of the Imes chair, which this is an example that has that mix of leather and wood, leather track arms, sofas, sea tables, sculptural coffee tables, all details from mid-century modern. This is going to have clean lines, organic shapes, graphic patterns, nature-inspired motifs, bold colors, vintage furniture, because it's from the mid-century, curves, and rounded edges. We're next going to get into the industrial living room space. So this is all featured around living rooms, but this is going to apply to any room in your home, whether it's your bedroom or your office, any space, you can apply these styles. So we have our exposed brick, we have our metal accents, wood accents, a lot of leather. This is perfect for a bachelor who lives in like the city, urban, or wants that kind of vibe in their home. This is a great look. Think of contrasting dark, moody blacks and browns, perfect masculine vibe. Raw materials, exposed structure, utilitarian aesthetic, exposed bricks, metal pipes, and exposed beams. You might have like metal pipes on your coffee tables, for example. Then we're going to get into the Bohemian style. Again, we're going through these pretty quickly because there's going to be future posts that cover in detail every single one of these. So Bohemian style is going to be cozy, welcoming. These are two great examples of the Bohemian style because on the one side, you have a bright, colorful pattern mixing, oriental rugs, low profile, cushions on the floor. And then the other one, you have a little bit more elevated look where it has the neutral tones mixed with the leathers. It has your organic window treatments, but very simple and clean. Layered rugs, mixing of the two patterns. So this is mixed colors, patterns, and textures. We're going to have vintage furnitures. We might have florals, stripes, geometric shapes. So mixing of all of those. Rattan and wicker, but done differently than the coastal vibe, which you'll see soon. Layered textures and greenery. So that is our eclectic vibe. This is another, actually, yeah, Bohemian style, sorry. This is the Bohemian vibe also with those swing chairs, with the lush fabrics and textures, the basket with the pillows hanging over, super warm and cozy vibe. Next, we're going to get into rustic charm. Again, this is a perfect look for our house. And that is going to have metal accents, but it's less industrial looking. So it's more like that cozy cabin, Colorado vibe, Pennsylvania kind of style, North Carolina in the woods. This is going to have maybe your performance fabric sofa because it's durable, and it's going to have your knit patterns mixed with suede and mixed with texture and wool. So you can see that vibe, but neutrals, earthy tones, plants used in a different way from the Scandinavian, but still bringing in the outdoors in. Natural materials, rough textures, comfortable furniture, exposed wooden beams, distressed leather, and plush area rugs are all going to be details of this design style. Here's more images where you have the beams up on the ceiling, you have wood accents on your doors or your windows, leather furniture, the detail of the drum table with the veining of the wood showing, natural wood, just like that rustic, but the artwork in this space is going to be more nature inspired. So you might have scenery like you see here, that's like landscape kind of feeling. Then we are going to get into the coastal living room style, which is great for anybody who loves the beach or lives by the beach. But this is more of an elevated look. So this is not going to have your anchors and your classic blue and white color scheme. It's going to have more of the colors of the sand and the ocean. So blues, turquoise, like you see in this image. It's going to have the natural sand tones in your fabrics, but still layering in texture. You can have fur and velvet in this as well, because it's more of like a glam elevated coastal vibe. You can mix in rattan and wicker into this look as well, which we'll see in other images. But this is going to have a beachy neutral color palette. It's going to have blues, greens, pops of color, so coral, yellow, navy, but a little bit softer than that classic look. It's going to have rattan and wicker, cotton and linen, jute rugs, and a very organic feel to it. So think of like the beach ocean, like Hamptons kind of vibe, where it's more elevated as opposed to like Myrtle Beach. So these are great examples. So you might have the blues, but it's more pale. Think of Serena and Lily, great place to shop for this trend. And you have the details here in the wicker. You might have the shells or the lapis lighting fixtures, great for this trend style. Then we have the Art Deco living room style, which was inspired by the 1920s and 30s. This is going to be dramatic, making a statement in your home. It's going to be bold. People are going to love this when they walk in your home. So it's going to be very contrast. So think of lights mixed with darks, but with a lot of touches of gold, because it's that like high Regency style look. Key characteristics are going to be geometric shapes, clean lines, luxurious materials, velvet and satin, high contrast, black, white, and gold, stripes and chevrons, all details of this design style. You can see the sculptural furniture pieces, the mixing of the materials, very abstract in the area rug. So similar vibe to the contemporary, but with those darker colors that are very contrasting. Then we have other examples here. So you might have like an emerald green velvet sofa that's tufted and it has sleek lines with just the sleek track arms. So very clean, but you might have a Sputnik chandelier mixed in as well, or an ornate mirror, details that are going to add glamour and high contrast to your space. Transitional, this is perfect if you love the look of traditional and contemporary. It's the perfect marriage of the two. This is going to be great for anybody who wants a timeless look that's not going to look dated. You have furniture pieces that don't have the turned legs or the rolled arms of the traditional style, but it's got sleek, tapered legs, very clean, elevated look. A lot of interior designers in New York City, for example, do luxurious penthouses in this vibe. Hotels are going to have that transitional feel as well. So if you've ever gone into a hotel lobby and it just looks clean and elevated and sleek, most likely it's the transitional design style. Key characteristics: mixing old and new elements, traditional mixed with contemporary, classic and timeless. Natural materials, you're going to have woods, but it's not going to be exposed raw wood. It's going to be very polished and stained with finished detailing to it. It might have gold trim on it as well. Elevated and sophisticated. Simplicity and elegance. Timeless, again, sophisticated. Like I can't say it enough. Then we're going to get into the minimalist living room. This is going to be simple and clean Everything is going to be intentional, have its place, not cluttered, not a lot of stuff are all around. So you can see from these images, it's got nature inspired, still with like the rattan and the wicker, greenery elements added in, neutral colors, very neutral color palette, very soothing, calming, peaceful. So if you have a high stress job, this is the style for you because it's perfect. The key characteristics are going to be natural materials, simple lines, monochromatic color palette, which is one color, so all whites, all beiges. Leanne Ford is a great example of this look. Wood, stone, and metal all mixed together, accents of blacks and neutrals, and just uncluttered, clean, and intentional. That is going to be our minimalist look. Next, we have the eclectic. So if you are not sure of your design style and you like a little bit of everything, eclectic might be for you. So this is where you're going to have velvet tufted sofas. You might have greenery mixed in. So kind of mixing in the boho, but the traditional, also mixing in a little bit of the Hollywood Regency. So all different styles, more organic pieces mixed in here, organic artwork, but with glam style and mid-century modern. So this is great if you're not sure, you like a little bit of everything, but it has to be done right, or it can look too tchotchke and too overdone. So we need to make sure that you have the elements and the foundation done for that down. So mixing and matching different furniture styles, texture and pattern, vintage rugs to pull our color palette because it's super important that all our colors are balanced and tied together, contrasting textures to bring interest. That is a perfect style, pattern mixing. Great if you're not sure. California living room styles. This, think of Shay McGee, who is in Target, or Amber Lewis. Those are great examples. Also, this is actually from Magnolia in Waco, Texas, which is Joanna Gaines, and her style has shifted away from that farmhouse look. And now she's gone more into that California eclectic, which is just like that comfortable, cozy, laid back, very lived in feel, but it's elevated. It's got a lot of texture that you can see here in the plush novelty fabrics. It's got the leather mixed with the drum coffee table and side table, still mixing in that greenery. So natural materials, indoor, outdoor furniture. So bringing outdoor elements in. So you might have a coffee table that is out of concrete that could be used indoors or outdoors. That's a great example. White walls, neutral color palette, layered textures, coastal influences, but again, not what you're thinking of coastal nautical blue and white, not that at all. Vintage finds, plants, and greenery, white walls, very open and expansive. These are two great examples of the California eclectic living room style. You might have metal details, you might have leather mixed with metal and wood in one furniture piece. So a lot of mixing to add interest, texture, and a very organic feel. Warm wood tones. The Zen living room, again, this is going to be your place of just calm, peace, and relaxing. You might meditate in here. It's going to have natural elements. Great example here where you have the velvet sofa mixed in with the greenery, with the boucle, with the natural color palette, just very soothing. The marble or travertine coffee table, the organic decor pieces with the wood mixed in with the gold ornate. So just very simple but clean and just calm. So the key characteristics of this style are going to be natural light, natural elements, large windows, light colored walls, mirrors, wood, bamboo, and stone, plants, simple and clutter free. So again, that is going to be your Zen living room style. This also could have like that Japan style that's going on as well mixed in. Then we have the Hollywood glam living room style. This one is going to be very dramatic and very bold if you like to mix in a tufted furniture with curved style sofas, still adding in that marble and that elevated look with the metal trim and gold details, but it's going to have high contrast, a lot of tufted furniture, whether it's channel tufting or basket tufting, all the different types of tufting, biscuit tufting, there's all different types, just that can be mixed together. Metallic accents, bold color palette, black and white art, lacquer furniture, And then white plush carpets are going to be all a part of this design style. And these are two more examples. This is the last style that we're going to be talking about. Again, you might have your tufted sofa mixed with gold elements. You might have a gallery wall in black and white, just the silhouette of the woman and the charcoal for contrast. So that is a wrap on all of the different design styles that we're going to be covering. Again, this is just to give you the foundation and idea so you can start going onto Pinterest, or you can refer to this blog post. Again, I'll put the link in the bio. And then just make sure that you like, subscribe, and leave a comment on which design style that you want to see next so that I focus on the ones that everybody's gravitating towards. And have a great day and happy designing.